Welcome to the Thursday Thoughts podcast from Free Church. Following Jesus is more than an ideology, it's a way of life. It's never a linear journey, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. We would love to help you follow Jesus, know your true identity, grow in freedom, and go to live with the purpose that God has for you. Each episode, we have conversations about the way of life that Jesus invites us into. Hey guys, welcome to Thursday Thoughts. A little bit of a different episode this week. I'm here with Dave and Leroy.
Hi guys.
How's it?
So Amy's not in the office today, so we figured, hey, let's make this a different Thursday Thoughts.
Let's do this.
Change, eh?
Yeah, sounds good.
So we're going to chat a little bit about the recent trip that you guys went on. So Dave and Leroy were down in Cape Town at Life Changers Church, which are great friends of ours here at Free Church, and they went on. Well, you guys went on a men's camp.
Yeah.
So that's something that they've been doing for years and years, every year, eh?
It's my second time actually going. Last year I went in, they went with me this year. So
My first time, yeah.
So it's really cool if you go to something and when you come back and you think, or you get asked, would you go again? So would you go again?
Definitely.
Most definitely.
So Leroy, let's maybe start with you. What second time at the men's camp? So what did you see? What did you learn? What inspired you about it?
I think it's obviously my second time going to the camp. The nice thing is there was a new way of doing obviously like camps, because I felt like it's gonna be the same thing like that happened the previous year, but I think this year there was more people.
So let's clarify a little bit. Is this like camping, like tents and make your own food, or was it a bit more like glamping?
No, it's more like glamping.
It's more like so it's a men's glamping.
Yes, so there's
Okay.
ladies that take care of us, which was the hospitality was amazing.
Because I was just thinking, as we start talking about camping, some guys are like, "Hey, I'm in. Let's go. Let's
Yeah, it's
go hunting,
showers.
it's fishing."
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
there was a guy who brought his
His own caravan.
So
his camping trailer.
The glamping
set up
was
a
not
tent.
good enough. You bring your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people are blessed when everybody brings something. So.
Yes. So I think that's the nice thing. There was more people this time, and I said to Dave the last time, like obviously like last week or on our way to the camp, is that the nice thing you can see like there's different age groups and obviously like different people of different walks of life where they come together under this.
So it's like teenagers to grandfathers.
Yes.
In
Different walks of life, successful people, not so successful people, but we're all under this one platform or place rather, and we're doing life together for 3 days. The presence of God was moving. It was quite very, very like encountering with God, obviously with the presence of God, like I said. It felt like God was there every step of the way. I think the one thing that stood out for me was the whole thing like Brad asked me like what is the word that came to your mind? The word that came to my mind I mentioned which you also previously it's that show up and God will do the rest.
Show up and God will do the rest.
We showed up and God did the rest on it.
Yeah. And Dave, what about you? First time at the Life Changers Men's Camp? Thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was absolutely incredible. I think something that really stood out for me was the message, or the number of messages that Mark shared, based on the book of Ruth, which I don't think is something we'd think of having for a men's camp.
Yeah.
But just seeing how, the story of Ruth and Boaz and how Boaz honors Ruth in that story.
Wow.
And I think the main theme of the camp was sons of significance, which I thought was really, really powerful. And I think, just in that space where you can challenge men straight on.
Yep.
Like, there's no need to beat around the bush.
There's no filters.
Or to
So
hold back.
let's unpack that a little bit and maybe to frame it through the question of having been there, why do you think it's important to put something like that into a calendar of a year to get the guys together? And then not excluding ladies from something in this. For those listening that are ladies, this could be for your husband or your future husband or your sons or some men in your life. Like, what is the value of this?
I think for me personally, the value that it adds to me as an individual is like to be a better husband, better father, better spouse, like I said.
Yeah.
And also like just to be a better human being in our community. How can I be a better Leroy as a man in my community, in Centurion or wherever I go?
Okay, so there's something there. You are part of something like this. It helps shape you.
Yes.
By hanging out with different people who are on a similar journey.
Yeah.
and for you, you're talking about things,
Yeah.
openly or
So I think we live in a culture where there's complacency amongst men and what we believe we should be saying, how we should be speaking, what we should be watching. And I think that environment, there's just such an openness to be able to challenge each other and say, hey, but like that's not okay. And I think it creates a space within the church where men can say to each other, hey, that's not in line with what we believe, or with what we believe God has called us to. And I think a space where you don't have to sort of put things lightly. You don't have to worry about who may be listening to how you're approaching subjects or topics.
So do you think that's a thing for guys? I mean, maybe for people in general, is grappling with something, but being, I don't know, afraid of sharing for fear of judgment or
definitely.
And also
wanting to look like you have it all together.
And also like the use of language when you speak with guys or you speak in your community, like it's basically it's taking the normal, which is we see in the world, and making us realize that's not normal. How we speak, how we address people, how we speak to our ladies. Like it changes your whole mindset. Like, okay, what I'm actually doing is actually not wrong. I mean, it's not actually right. Doesn't hurt God's way. So I'm not saying that there's a difference between the worldly people and God's people, but it's making us understand that there's a different way of doing life. In a respectful way. That's basically.
I think just in that space, realizing that there are things that a lot of men struggle with together, that are very common in the lives of men, but not necessarily good.
So what, like, put some of those things out there. What are without. So share some thoughts on what you observed, what you heard.
So I mean, I think there are a number of topics covered there. I mean, you'd move from different addictions that men have, so looking at whether it's substance or pornography or whatever it may be, looking at who we are as fathers, and how we parenting our children, what we believe to be good for our children.
So it's something like if a person is grappling with pornography as a dad, is how do you raise your own kids? When you're not free from that. How do you?
And also like present big absent dads, basically like dads around with the kids. So it's bringing the father figure back into the house.
Wow.
Being present dads. Also taken away from that whole thing.
I think moving from being a man who's just there to being significant in God.
Wow.
Which I think is vital for where we are.
So it's a space for vulnerability.
100%.
It's a space where you guys can get together, share about some of the things that they're struggling with.
And I must say it's difficult. Like day one, it's like obviously you don't know anyone there. I must open up myself to this person. Like, and then I think the icebreaker.
How things about day 3?
So the icebreaker is actually going on a hike on day 1. And it's in the evening. You don't see the person's face. So when I'm busy going facing, they're like, okay, they won't see me the next day. I think that was a nice thing, like the icebreaker, like going on this hike and speaking about. I won't say your issues, but speaking about like where you're from. How far
your story.
Your story. It's quite nice. And then day 2, like it starts like cooling down. Like, okay, it's okay to be like to be yourself.
So by the end of day 3, you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss you, man.
So that was actually quite nice. I felt that was an icebreaker the whole evening hike. You're like, okay, what is this about? And then you start like realizing you're safe. You don't know these guys from anywhere, but you're safe.
Amazing. Okay, so I mean, for the guys that are part of and connected to the Free Church community, at the moment we've got Man Up groups which are running. So there's a few of them. There's 2 on a Wednesday. There's 1 on a Friday.
I'm part of one of them as well.
So those are spaces where guys can get together and have a regular cadence of conversations of things that they are grappling with. Faith journey, prayer requests, encouragement, all those kind of things. But we didn't just send you guys to Cape Town just to go and enjoy me. Kind of like surprise. In case you missed it, here's the catch. We sent you guys to go so that we can plan something similar up here in 2026. So for the guys that are watching or listening, stay tuned. We're going to get planning and do something similar, whether it's 1 night or 2 nights, whether it's glamping or real camping. Who knows? We'll do something. And but I think it's important to talk about like the why of doing it. So okay, it's a space to share struggles and talk and connect and build friendships and all those kind of things. But actually, what's the bigger why behind that? And I think it has to do with the calling that each of us have.
Yeah.
So we believe here that God creates every person on purpose for a purpose. That each of us are called to be a difference maker. And we've been talking through the story of Daniel and how they are put in Babylon. And then the question is, will they conform to Babylon or will they be difference makers in Babylon? And for us, the metaphor of that is, well, we are citizens of heaven when you begin to follow Jesus in a Babylon.
Yeah.
And so we face that tension every day. Will we become like Babylon or will we be difference makers in Babylon?
Yeah.
And I think amongst Daniel and his friends, there was a close kinship, a friendship.
100%.
They could encourage each other, strengthen each other, and help each other stand firm upon their convictions and become more like who God had created them to be. So that's, for me, that's the bigger why behind it.
100%.
Yeah.
Is not just to enjoy time together, which is amazing. We'd love to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But actually, that there's something built into us and that we're shaped so that we can become better friends, better dads, better sons, better husbands, better leaders in whichever space we are in.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. 2026. Have you guys found a place yet? Have you got a date yet?
We've got a few options.
Got a few options.
Yeah.
Like they've waited. We said no.
There's some really nice spots.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, we know within the Free Church story, things move fairly quickly.
Yes.
And we don't change things for the sake of changing, but when we feel like there's life in something, we'll lean into it and go. So a couple of other changes that are coming up next Sunday, not this Sunday, 28th of September, but the next Sunday, 5th of October. You guys are listening to this?
Listen carefully.
New service times, which are 8:15 and 10.
8:15 and 10.
8:15 and 10 instead of 8:30 and 10.
8:15 and 10.
8:15.
That's
First
amazing.
service 8:15.
First service
10.
8:15. Second service 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that we're gonna give it a go for a while and see and encourage.
Exciting.
I think it'll help especially our setup and packed out teams have a little bit shorter day.
Yeah.
You get home for lunch a little bit earlier.
Spend time with family.
Spend time with family and all those kind of things. But I think it's also going to shift something in our services. And I think, hey, we're excited to try it and see. And hey, if it doesn't work, we can change it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's give it a go for a while. So that's coming up. And then the other thing which we've been talking about is, which for me kind of links to what you guys have been sharing about becoming people who God has created us to be, is the Free Church Leadership College.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
exciting times.
Starting January 2026. Here we go.
Sign-ups open, eh?
Sign-ups are open.
Hey.
They are ready. So
looking forward to that.
You share some thoughts around why you think something like that is important for the next generation.
For me, I think there's so many options. There's so much that we could look at and think of doing when we leave school. And I think a lot of us maybe aren't sure of exactly what we want to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's a year where there's going to be a lot of input into people's lives. Where we're going to, start a journey of with God and where God could do some shaping in people's lives.
It's really
I think it's
a discipleship journey.
Yes.
More than an academic track.
Yeah.
Although there will be academic learning as part of it as well.
Yeah.
And also maybe assisting someone to find a purpose, his or her purpose in life. Because sometimes after me finishing up school, you don't have I won't say you don't have goals, but you don't have that motivation okay, what am I going to do in the following? Some of us do have that. We have that whole idea of this is my roadmap, my plan for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
To get some individuals that actually struggle. And I think that this leadership course will help those individuals to find a purpose in life. Because you can study anything, but what is your purpose in studying that thing?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily only academic, but it's life, doing life in a better way. I think I like saying that, doing life in a better way. I think when you're under this leadership course, it will you have to find your purpose.
There's a line that Andy Stanley said long ago, which I love. He said, following Jesus doesn't make your life better, but it makes you better at life.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Following Jesus doesn't make your life better or easier, but it makes you better at life.
Yeah.
I think there's truth in that. So all of this is a leadership college so that it's kingdom makeup.
Yeah.
Amen.
I think if you look, we were talking this week about the stats of by the year 2100, how many people are going to be living in Africa. It's like 4 billion. And it's something like, I think 50% of those, what will be the younger generation of the world's population will be in Africa at that time.
Yeah.
So there's massive, massive potential on our continent. And the future is the next generation. So we want to intentionally build into people's lives.
And so into that.
And call out the purpose that God has put them in. So it's an invitation to you. If you're in that space, finishing up high school, not working yet, or maybe even just started working, you're a little uncertain, we would love to have a conversation about being part of this. Or if you know someone that's in that space, let's have a chat. Let's see what can be.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I really loved about it, or that I do love about it, is that it's not necessarily for those who want to go into full-time church work.
I like the way you said that.
Yes. I believe all of us are called to full-time ministry, not all of us to full-time church work.
So
I think
just say that again.
So it's not for you to become a pastor, basically.
It could be.
But it's not only that. That's not only that.
So what Dave was saying, I think full-time ministry is what? What is full-time ministry?
It's serving God in all that we do.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you don't have to be on a church staff to be in full-time ministry.
Yeah.
That's a shift in mindset. So if you follow Jesus, you're in full-time ministry.
That's
whoever pays your salary.
There we go.
Whatever your job title is, you begin to follow Jesus. You're called into full-time ministry immediately. That's what Paul says, Ephesians 1. Live a life worthy of what God has called you to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
sorry, I kind of interrupted.
No.
It's a really important mind shift. I love that.
Yeah. So I think not just for those, as I said, called to full-time church work.
Yeah.
But for whatever profession you're going into, to be a culture changer in that environment. Yeah. So a year of shaping, so that whatever you're going to go into afterwards, you have a strong formation, you have a strong foundation, and you're able to bring Christ into a workplace.
Yeah.
And to have set values that you're taking into whichever workspace you may enter.
Yeah.
So it preps you for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. It's hey man, I'm so excited about what's to come, everything that's happening, and then just a little look ahead to what's coming in October. So the week after we change service time, so it'll be the 12th of October. We're gonna have a young couple with us, Volder and Petri Klein.
Okay.
And they are part of the Zambia project.
Oh yes.
So when we were up in Zambia a few weeks ago, they hosted us and took us around and they're coming to share their story with us on a Sunday.
Amazing.
And I must say, much of what they shared inspired us to push go on with the getting started in leadership college. Because they are, I think they're 25 and 26, and they married a couple of years, and they've moved country, gone to Zambia, given their lives to building the kingdom there as missionaries. And I was thinking, wow, how did they get there? And part of what they shared is something like this in their church. Was a Hope Family Church.
Okay.
They got saved into that church, and then they went through a similar process, like a leadership college type thing, which sparked something in them and set a trajectory for their life.
Yeah.
And what was amazing for me is to see these two young people. They've got their things together. They're going for it. They've got a savings plan. They're on mission, and they're just reflecting on how many other people can be even, maybe a decade older and still uncertain and grappling with these questions.
Yeah.
So I want to say, hey, wherever you're at, it's never too late. But I think there's something powerful about discovering what God has put into you.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's living a life of purpose, growing in our identity, growing in freedom. Hey, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. So those are some of the things that are coming up. Excited.
Very excited.
And then last thought on the college, we got some experienced lecturers going to be part of the college. So Leroy is going to be lecturing on how to play drums.
Okay.
Dave is going to be lecturing on theology and how to lead worship. I'm going to be I'll be the running coach.
I'll be running.
How to run.
Exciting then,
Because I think part of the learning track is also going to be putting some shoes on and going for a run here. And
Yep.
there as well. So
Or software training as well.
we've got a great team of people that are ready to share wisdom and knowledge and help
shape the future.
Shape the future. Brilliant. And then this weekend, last one, we'll wrap up here, leave it for today. Amy and I are going to be at Urban Life Church this Sunday. Urban Life is our sending church. So, an incredible privilege for us to go and be with them on Sunday and share a message with them. And at home, Pete's preaching this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's his kingdom may come. So I want to encourage you guys to get inviting. Really believe that God is speaking to us through this season, and that He has a word for you as well. So come expectant, come ready, and hey, let's see what God is going to do.
And you do belong. Everyone belongs.
Amen.
God's kingdom.
Come on.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Bye guys. Cheers.
Cheers.